All right, we'll start with the identification tag on the side. Back. There we go. You'll find the manufacturer, the VIN number, the date it was manufactured, tire sizes and pressures, and some gross weights. In the yellow, you have cargo carrying capacity and also your VIN number, and then a tire chart next to that. Up front and in front of your propane tanks is your battery. There is a disconnect on these, and if you're not using your unit for an extended period of time, I would disconnect the battery. You may have to add water to these. They're not maintenance free. And for winter storage, I would take it out and put it somewhere warm. 2 30-pound propane tanks, selectors in the middle, arrow points to which tank is going to be supplying. Power jack in the front, on and off for the light, and then up and down for jack itself. There is a breakaway here. One thing to note, when the key is pulled out, it does activate your brakes when you have the battery hooked up. So if it is left like that for an extended period of time, it can damage your brakes. So just kind of keep an eye, make sure that stays in. You have little light switches in front here. They turn on the cap lights there. In the front compartment is your water system. Up top you have hot and cold with a quick connect here, and that hooks up to your blue hose here. Above that there is a little plug-in. That's for a solar panel if you ever decide you want to put a solar panel on. This is your hot water bypass. It's in the normal position, but when you go to winterize, you're going to want to bypass your hot water heater. You don't want antifreeze going in there. You can turn your water pump on and off here. This is for your black tank, your flush. If you are using this, make sure that you have your black tank valve open. You have your satellite cable and auxiliary coax cables there. Those are inputs. And then this is, you just got to follow the label and what you want to do. So if you're going to be carrying water with you, you're going to move your valves, that, and hook up your water hose into the city water connection and fill up your water tank. That's what that'll do. If you're going to be using just city water, you got water at your campsite, you're going to go to city water, which would be like that, and then you're good to go. You can use your city water. If you are filling your tank up and you're going to a campsite, when you get that's called dry camp. So you fill your tank up like that. When you go to use your system, you're gonna move your valves the opposite that to that, and then you turn your water pump on and you can suck the water out of your tank. Sanitize and winterize is here. So that's this one here. Winterize, both of them are this. You hook up your garden. Actually, this one got a hose. No. So then you get a garden hose just with an open end, put it in there, and kick your pump in, and you can suck the antifreeze through. And it's the same thing for sanitize. You go through this winterize sanitize one. I will just put it on, I'll just keep it on city water, and then you can decide what you want there. Your valves, gray, and black, and your dump is right there. Other than that, I think that's everything there. You have a little light in your compartment, your hitches in here, and on the other side you got, oh, there is your winterized hose. I figured I see it. So there's your winterization hose. It's in here. It's a clear hose. All right, moving on. This is your 50 amp plug in here. Your cords in the front. Water heater here. These are 110 and propane. All the controls are on the inside. The only thing you really need to know is the plug here goes in the drain. And when you do your winterization, make sure that that plug comes out and drain your hot water heater, because it will crack over winter. And also the furnace intake and exhaust is right below that. And the cover covers it, so you always have to make sure that you have your hot water heater door closed. Underneath your slides, you have a couple rails. Just kind of make sure those stay clean. Everything should work smoothly for you. At the back, a stabilizer jock. There's a stabilizer jock on all four corners. And the crank is in the front. I'll show that to you when we get there. You have a sewer hose in the bumper. Rear ladder. It's a good idea to inspect your roof once a year or a lot more, just to make sure that you don't have any rips or tears or crack sealant. Backup camera, and the head unit is inside. I'll show that to you when you get in there. Receiver hitch there, and you also have a propane outlet back here. It's a quick coupler with a valve. And there is also another one there. There's two of them back here. That one there will be for your stove or your grill. And your hose is here. And you just pull this out, and there's a quick coupler connection here. So you can just quick coupler it on there to underneath your slide. You have a mini fridge, plug in, and your light switch is here. There's also a coax cable here and a power outlet if you want to hook a TV out here. Next to that, there's a couple vents, and those are your fridge vents. All the controls are on the inside, so you don't need to go into these ones. And there is a little hose coming out the bottom. You want to make sure that stays out. That's for condensation, so you want to make sure it's exiting the unit. You don't want it going inside. There's a radio antenna above the door for your outdoor kitchen. And the range vent there. On your wheels, these center caps pop off. You can grease your bearings. There's a grease nipple behind there. I would recommend doing that once a year. Just a couple pumps would be good. And if you're making long trips, I mean, you'll have to get them repacked, but it's good to give them a couple shots of grease once in a while. A little light switch here underneath your step. A couple outside speakers. Get a power awning. The hole here is for your spare tire, and it's the same crank as your stabilizers. And then front cubby here. Your short cord here. You have a 50 to 30 amp, and then your crank for your stabilizers and spare tire. Battery disconnect here, power outlet, light. And then you have a spray port, the little blue hose. You can go in there, and that's just a cold water. So I think that's it. We will go inside.